Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
You will need to grab your coat this morning, but this afternoon we are still on track for highs in the 60s. I'll show you for how long.
Shooting in Garner. A man is in critical condition this morning. What we know as police try to find the person responsible.
And back in court, the sentencing for Austin Thompson resumes today. What we can expect as the defense prepares to present its case. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Tuesday morning here on WRAL News. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Renee Chu. The fact that it's going to get up into the 60s, that's putting a smile on our faces, but also this live look at Franklinton. Elizabeth Gardner shows you what Franklinton has on the lawn there. So cute.
We love you, Franklinton. This is awesome. I think they're loving the temperatures in the 60s this afternoon as well. They've just been having so much fun with the decorations on the lawn there at the middle school. So we love it. Keep it up, Franklinton. 29 is our temperature as you're heading out the door, and that obviously is cold. You're going to need to bundle up in your coat. It's 26 in Southern Pines, 28 in Goldsboro, 27 in Roxborough. But these temperatures are actually, 10 to 15 degrees warmer than they were yesterday. In some places, we were all the way down into the teens. As a matter of fact, in South Hill, we dropped down to 9 yesterday morning. So we are seeing some warmer temperatures. At lunchtime, 58, and there are those mid-60s for this afternoon. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy it because it won't last long. We see rain that rolls in for tomorrow. We need the rain, and I'll walk you through the timeline. Ken?
Oh, we'll be getting out for sure. Let's start outside and give you a live look at I-40 and Carytown Boulevard. Traffic flowing at a nice steady clip in all directions. We're really experiencing some low traffic volume right now. No major incidents to report from our friends at Raleigh Wake 911. But as we widen out the view, give you a look at all those routes coming in to the Raleigh area. Short of a 1-minute delay coming in from Wake Forest, all the other routes, I-40 eastbound, I-40 westbound, delay free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. This morning, police in Gardner are looking for answers after a man was shot in a car at a busy intersection. This happened late last night at Timber Drive and Vandora Springs Road. That's where we find Ali Kadlabar in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Ali, investigators are asking for help from people who live nearby.
Yeah, Renee, they're asking people to search their video surveillance or even their doorbell cameras because they're still trying to piece together exactly what happened here. The scene cleared overnight, but we can still see markings on the road. You can see that mark outlining where that car was. There's also shattered glass still here. Now, we want to take you to what this scene looked like just last night. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. It shows law enforcement even shutting down lanes of Timber Drive. The focus of the investigation, that red car. The windows are shattered. There appears to be shoes outside. Garner police say they responded to a disabled car on Timber Drive around 7:15 last night. They found a man shot inside, and they say he was the only one found inside. Now, he was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, and this morning we have reached out to police with these questions that you see on your screen. We're asking what the man's name is, also what is his condition this morning, how many times was he shot, and if they have any leads on the shooter. Now, in the next half hour, we're going to hear Broadcastify radio traffic, which indicates that he was a passenger in the car. Reporting live in Garner, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Today, the sentencing hearing for Raleigh mass shooter Austin Thompson resumes, and the defense will present its case trying to persuade the judge that Thompson should be eligible for parole. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live outside the Wake County Justice Center to talk more about that this morning. And Kelsey, Thompson's attorneys are expected to argue that he can be rehabilitated.
Yes, Chris, we're just hours away from hearing from the defense in the Austin Thompson trial. His lawyers will be walking through these doors here at the Wake County Courthouse on a mission to convince the judge that he deserves parole. We must remember Thompson has already pleaded guilty for killing 5 people during the 2022 mass shooting in Raleigh's Hedingham community. The defense's job now is to convince the judge that he's capable of reform. If the facts and testimony do not prove that he is, he will likely be sentenced to life without parole. The state took about 3.5 days of testimony. We expect the defense will take days of testimony too. FBI behavioral analyst Dr. Carrie Gibson, took to the stand Friday. She has profiled and reviewed cases for mass shooters, but has not analyzed Austin Thompson. She explained how secrecy is important to other mass shooters.
It's very important they keep that quiet, that they are secret in that, because if they do not, they will not be successful.
And looking ahead now, the big question is, will Austin Thompson take the stand? We're going to have to just wait and find out, so you can watch today's court proceedings live on WRAL.com starting at 9:30 this morning. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
A house fire is under investigation in Cumberland County this morning. This happened overnight on Lacewood Court off Highway 87. Fire crews tell WRAL the house was condemned, but 2 people were staying inside. No injuries were reported. We are getting new images this morning of a wildfire in western North Carolina. Crews are battling a fire in the Nantahala National Forest. This is near Highway 64 in Macon County. So far, it has burned around 80 acres and is 30% contained. Rain is expected to slow the fire down.
We are learning more information about an animal cruelty bust in Nash County. The sheriff's office says that these 2 men, Ascension Yanez Castro and Marcos Autry Sr., were raising more than 600 roosters for cockfighting. The sheriff's office says all of this started last month when a deputy tried to serve a warrant. He says he noticed a dog, a cat, and chickens all in bad shape, and animal control began investigating. Well, they found hundreds of roosters at a home on Logan's Run Lane near Middlesex. Nash County Chief Deputy Alan Wilson says that the sheriff's office is now investigating, and they want to learn if there are any ties to other cockfighting operations in the state.
I would say this was a large ring. There may be possible other charges coming with other individuals.
Nash County Animal Services has taken custody of the birds, and we are still trying to learn what will happen to them. We've also tried reaching out to the men in this story, but we have not heard back. Court documents say that both are out of jail on bond and are due in court later this month.
Digital billboards are going up in parts of the Southwest as authorities search for Nancy Guthrie. Billboards like this one are appearing in Texas, New Mexico, and California after she disappeared more than a week ago. Authorities believe the 84-year-old was taken from her home against her will. Her family says her health is fragile and she needs her medication to stay alive. Guthrie's daughter, Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, made another plea on social media asking for help.
We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
Yesterday was the reported deadline for a $6 million ransom. The FBI has not identified any suspects, and they are not aware of any contact between the suspects and the Guthrie family.
And happening now here in the WRAL Live Center, we're now monitoring this growing memorial outside the Guthrie home, Nancy Guthrie's home in Tucson, where you can see candles have been set up and this sign that says, "Your neighbors stand with you." Of course, this comes days after hundreds of people gathered for a vigil at St. Philip's Episcopal Church. That's the family's home church there, and Nancy's home church there in Tucson. So many people supporting and trying to show their love. You know, this family is big on prayer, as Savannah mentioned in all of her Instagram videos, saying that we need you, please pray.
New this morning, the U.S. military is releasing details about another boat strike in the Eastern Pacific. Military leaders say that 2 people suspected of drug trafficking were killed and another person survived. Rescue operations were activated for that person, and this strike was part of a campaign the Trump administration says is aimed at fighting drug trafficking. At least 121 people have been killed over the course of the entire campaign.
Happening today, leaders at Wake County schools are planning to talk about a nearly $3 billion facility plan that would get rid of dozens of classroom trailers. This is a 7-year plan. It focuses mostly on school renovations and improvements. As part of it, the school district wants to get rid of nearly 100 classroom trailers. It currently has more than 600.
It's pretty standard procedure in school districts across the country to have these trailers. They're always meant to be temporary. In Wake County, in a lot of cases, they really haven't been all that temporary. They've lasted at some schools for 20 or more years.
You can follow our coverage today in the education section of WRAL.com.
Your time is 6:09 this morning. Saved by a stranger. The efforts one man took to save the life of a boy he didn't know, and how other families can learn from what happened.
Grilled about safety, how lawmakers are pushing for change in Charlotte after a deadly stabbing on a commuter train, and why some Democrats are calling the proceedings partisan theater.
And it's still cold out there this morning. Temperatures in the mid-20s to around 30, so the kids will need the coats at the bus stop. But coming home, we are still on track for those mid-60s. I'll show you how long they stick around.
And we do have a look at your winning Powerball numbers right here on your screen. 6, 19, 22, 28, 48. The Powerball is 24, and the Power Play multiplier is 5.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13. Yeah, it's still dark out there right now. So we have the top of the tower lit in blue for clear skies. It should be another really pretty start to the day. And it's cold. Not as cold as yesterday when we were in the mid-teens. But it is 26 in Southern Pines and 27 in Lewisburg. It's 26 in Irwin, 28 in South Hill. Yesterday, South Hill dropped all the way down into the single digits. So we are warmer, but, you know, it's all relative, right? So this morning, as you're headed out the door, temperatures in the upper 20s. But it warms up faster today. 32 at 8 a.m. And then at 10 o'clock, we're around 46 degrees. For the evening commute, it's looking much warmer. As a matter of fact, at 3 o'clock, 65, and then temperatures will still be in the 60s if you're heading home around 5 o'clock. Tomorrow, our big story is the potential for some showers, and we'll check that out coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's take a look outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us. You can see traffic has picked up quite a bit, but moving at a nice steady clip. As far as other routes connected to I-40 westbound, you're coming in from Garner, Johnston County, no delays whatsoever. You've been navigating I-40 westbound through Wade Avenue, delay-free at this hour. And coming up, Renee, we'll take a look at some drive times and some other major routes heading into Raleigh.
We'll check in with you then. Ken, thank you. An everyday hero is being celebrated this morning after he risked icy cold water to rescue a child stuck in a neighborhood pond. This happened over the weekend at the Laurel Hills Community Center in Raleigh. Zach Boyd says he was at the right place at the right time when he jumped into the pond to save the child who ventured out onto the ice. The father of the boy says he tried to help, but got stuck in the mud while trying to reach him. He says if Boyd had not been there, things may have turned out differently.
I mean, it means the absolute world to me as someone who's in literally stuck in the water, helpless, watching their child, you know, in peril, that to know that people will respond like that.
I just did what I would hope that anybody else would do for, you know, any kid, any human, you know, in that situation.
There's some good people in this world. Officials in the area tell WRAL when ponds freeze, the ice is never thick enough to walk on.
Charlotte leadership faced tough questions about safety from state lawmakers months after the death of Irina Zarutska on a light rail train. And they were sent before the House Oversight Committee answering questions for more than 6 hours about crime, not working with ICE, and other issues. Former Raleigh Police Chief and now Charlotte Police Chief Estella Patterson addressed lawmakers.
We really have to focus heavily on the perception of crime. I think people think that Charlotte is an unsafe city, although our numbers show otherwise.
But again, the goal of everyone here is to make sure that our communities are safe, that people are safe, that innocent people are safe.
House Democrats issued a statement after the hearing. They called it partisan theater and said that Charlotte is safer than many areas in the state.
A scary scene in Georgia after a small plane crashed onto a road, hitting several vehicles. This happened in Gainesville, and fortunately, nobody was seriously hurt. Reports say the pilot was forced to make an emergency landing after experiencing engine troubles. The pilot and student pilot on board were not hurt. 2 people on the ground were treated for minor injuries. Flight data shows the plane was returning to Gainesville after traveling through Tennessee. Some clutch wins for Team USA have Americans in position to bring home some big medals today at the Winter Olympics. And one of the biggest rivalries in international sports takes center ice tonight. Canada and the U.S. are facing off in women's hockey. Jay Gray is live in Milan this morning to give us a closer look. Jay, good morning.
Renee, good morning to you. And yes, this could be a big day for Team USA, day 4. Giving you a look as well at some of the gear from Team USA. This is the behind-the-scenes things that the athletes are wearing. Not on the slopes or on the ice. It's a sweater, a hoodie. It's got the patch, the Olympic patch on one sleeve. And on the back, of course, you've got the American flag. I can tell you it is super comfy. I think I'll keep it on all day today as I watch Team USA with multiple chances at medals.
Brushing aside the host and defending gold medal Italian team, the Americans slide into the finals of mixed doubles curling.
I'm just so proud of us, grinding that out. We're going for gold. We're looking forward to it.
They'll take on a Swedish brother-sister duo, a team they beat in qualifying. Team USA guaranteed its first ever mixed doubles medal in curling.
They're skating with precision, with ease.
There are no guarantees on the ice. Madison Chock and Evan Bates with a strong open to the ice dancing competition, but still barely trailing the French skaters by less than a full point going into the free dance tomorrow.
It was just a little surprise because I felt like it really was a good one for us, but we're still right in there and super close, and we're going to put up a good fight.
Now the puck sent towards the net, score! Switzerland not putting up much of a fight. Team USA women's hockey with the shutout 5-0 win. Now all eyes on tonight's potential gold medal match preview against bitter rival Canada.
I think it's going to be pretty rowdy. Definitely the excitement's going to be up.
And excitement building for tonight's opening round of men's singles and figure skating. The quad god, Ilya Malinin, comes in a heavy favorite to bring home gold for Team USA.
Yeah, something else to watch today as well. Michaela Schifrin, the Olympic veteran, on the slopes for the first time here in Italy. She's teaming up with new Olympic gold medalist Breezy Johnson. They are competing in the new team combined competition in alpine skiing. So another chance to get to the podium there, Renee. It should be a good day.
Looking forward to Team USA adding to the medal count. And there's the quad god. Jay, I'm going to call you the hoodie god because you are sporting the looks, loving the Olympic gear. Jay, we'll see you tomorrow.
You're very kind. Thank you.
Man, he gets the best swag there, right? Showing off all that gear.
Oh, my gosh, I love that
all right.
sweater.
So by no means is this a contest, but if we're talking about favorite cameras, we're really liking Franklinton because of their holiday displays, and their Valentine's Day display is looking awesome.
I think they're kind of throwing down. Everybody had their Christmas display, and then they upped it by putting out a winter display with a snowman and all that, and then they just changed it to Valentine's Day. So cute. We're loving it, Franklinton. Keep coming. 29 is our temperature, but we are on track for a nice, warm afternoon. Now, it's been, of course, a very cold winter across much of the country, not just here. And up in New Jersey, take a look at what they've been able to do for the first time in several years. They have the ice boats that are out, and they're actually like sailboats. This is really interesting. I don't remember ever seeing this before, but they're on little skis and they act like sailboats. And of course, this river right here is the Navesink River. Look at how fast they go. Doesn't that look fun? I've got to go up there. That just looks amazing. But anyway, I know all those folks who have those cool boats are happy that finally this winter they can get back out on them again. We're looking at cold temperatures heading out the door: 27 in Holly Springs, 28 in Nightdale, 26 in Durham. And of course, the temperatures that we'll see this afternoon are actually the average highs for mid to late March. I mean, mid-March is only a month away, so we are heading in that direction pretty quickly. But it has been a long time since we've seen any highs in the 60s. On January 10th, it was 76. I barely remember that. And then January 11th, 68 degrees. So we take a look at some of the coldest temperatures that we've seen for the winter in quite some time. Fayetteville since 2010 to 2011, and Raleigh the coldest winter since 2017 and 2018. So we're turning the page here. We're going to see more warmth coming in. High pressure to our south is pushing that warmth right into our area with that clockwise flow. Definitely looking at some chilly mornings. Tomorrow, not so much because we're going to see some rain, but we're still looking at overnight lows in the 30s for much of this week. Normal highs 55, so the next couple of days are nice and mild, but we are looking at the potential for some showers, mainly in the morning tomorrow, and then looking at the weekend. This is a bit of good news. For Valentine's Day, we were looking at at the chance of rain. It's all slowing down, so it looks like it's probably going to be more of a Sunday night event. We need that rain, Ken. Coming up, we'll talk about how much we might see.
Oh, excellent. Looking forward to that. Hey, here's what you can look forward to if you're heading out. Here's a northern loop of the Beltline I-440 near the Glenwood Avenue exit. The westbound lane's coming toward us, flowing in a nice steady clip. And as we widen out the view, you can see from 87 to 440 all the way over to Wade Avenue, nothing but clear sailing. As we widen out the view and let you know what's going on in terms of some other major routes coming into the Raleigh-Wade County area, sort of a 1-minute delay on I-87, and similarly, a 1-minute delay coming in from Wake Forest and US 1. All the other routes, I-40 eastbound, US 1 coming in north from Apex, all delay free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. 6:23 now. Healthcare costs with premiums and out-of-pocket expenses on the rise. 5 on your side shows you ways that you can lower your bills.
Plus, still not repaired. Condos in Chapel Hill are unlivable after Tropical Depression Chantal last year. Who's on the hook for repairs and why they haven't been made? Most units at a Chapel Hill housing complex are still empty and in need of repair 7 months after Tropical Storm Chantal. Some doors at Camelot Village have safety notices on them saying the units are compromised. 2 different condo owners say they took matters into their own hands. They each spent about $20,000 on repairs. And a management company says working with the insurance company has been a lengthy process and has caused delays in starting repairs for the other units.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
Bad Bunny is raising questions about his social media.
Yeah, let's bring in Ken Smith to talk about that this morning. What's trending?
It's creating quite a buzz, right? It looks like Bad Bunny taking a break from social media after the Super Bowl. Now, hours after his halftime show, he deleted almost all of his Instagram account. His posts are gone, and he unfollowed everyone and even removed his profile picture.
Yeah, it's a big mystery. Some are speculating that maybe he's about to make some sort of announcement, or maybe there's another more cynical reason.
I mean, could be taking a break from social media. A lot of people did not care for his Super Bowl halftime show, although a lot of people said it was amazing and they loved it. All right. Thanks, Ken. Well, your time this morning is 6:27. We're talking about a shooting in Garner. A man is in critical condition this morning. What we know as police try to find the person responsible.
Back in court, the sentencing for Austin Thompson resumes today. What we can expect as the defense prepares to present its case.
And we've got a remedy for your cabin fever today. We're looking at those temperatures climbing into the mid-60s. Head out to the park before we become a little wetter starting tomorrow.